Stagflation could be on the horizon. Crypto.com scales back their reward and infuriates their user base. With Algorand keeps it up almost 20% after becoming the sponsor of FIFA World Cup 2022. My name is Anuj and this is your nightly crypto news wrap up. Let's get it.
Investors are bracing for sharp changes in financial markets. After nearly 3 decades of calm, inflation has exploded in advanced economies around the world. As a result, it might be harder to find a job soon. Forecasters think global growth is going to stall.
American households are pretty unhappy, and when the households are unhappy, they tend to spend a little less.
But the only tool that the Fed really has to bring inflation down is to let interest rates rise to whatever level it takes to cause a recession, which then breaks the back of inflation.
Investors believe the central bank will lift interest rates to 2.5% or higher in 2022.
This is what you have to do, slow down the economy in order to take that steam out of the system, the steam of inflation, which eventually can burn you really badly.
The big risk is a repeat of one of the worst chapters in American history.
Escalating prices.
You know, the 1970s were a really hard time. Now we're in a new mistake where inflation has lasted longer and looks like it could risk being around for longer than they had hoped.
Can the Fed engineer its soft landing, or will stagflation return to the US?
Tomorrow the Fed meets again and it's rumored they are going to hike up the interest rates by 50 or even 75 basis points. This is one of the only ways they can combat inflation and restore the value of dollar, since the dollar has been inflated in the last few years than ever been in a decade. So the Fed is racing against the clock, and it really seems like the problem wouldn't bad as it is if they wouldn't waited this long to act against the problem they have created. Many analysts fears that we are on a brink of an economic recession. But the looming question to me is, we will go into stagflation. Investopedia describes stagflation as a witch brew of economic adversity, combining poor economic growth, high unemployment, and serve inflation all in one. If you break the word in half, you will see the combination of stagnation and inflation. The misery index is a good measure of the stagflation, because this is the sum of the inflation and unemployment rates. The misery index is currently at 12.14. That is a 4% in past month and almost 41% from last year. Not looking too good. We have seen stagflation in America since 1970s oil crisis. And if it was come back to today's day and age, it will wreak economic havoc. What is really come down to is how the Feds walk in line this year. If they are too hawkish and drive us into a recession, stagflation could easily become a reality. If they are too dovish, the inflation could not be getting control. They have to find that Goldilocks level. That's happily middle ground. But if their plans backfire, we could witness the very series of unfortunate events that they are aiming to avoid. You think the bear market looks bad now? It could always be worse. Hopefully we are already near the bottom and this isn't just the beginning. Let's do a quick market watch. We got Bitcoin coming in at $37,556, down about 2% on the day. Ethereum coming in at about $2,784, down about 3% on the day. Let's go ahead and check our top losers. We got Kyber network down 14% on the day. We got Nexo down 7, almost 8% on the day. Apecoin down 7% on the day and 21% on the week. We got IOTA down 7% on the day and 16% on the week. We got Marker down 6% on the day and 14% on the week. Guys, you do have a falling wedge pattern forming. These are typically bullish patterns and that break up to the upside. However, it doesn't mean that it is definitely going to break up, right? But there is a little bit of the shorter term bullish hopping with the following wedge forming. It doesn't have a price target about $42,000. Now back to the news. Despite the long-term bullish nation from locking down the Staples Center deal of 20 years, Crypto.com just dropped the balls and their investors are infuriated in their recent update efficiency June 1. They are cutting back on the reward that they are giving out for using the former Crypto.com Visa card. Every tier of their card has been cut out significantly from their original reward rates. The Ruby Steel card has been capped at $25 a month in rewards, and the Royal Indigo and the Jade Green card have been capped to $50 a month. If you are currently in a 6-month stake, you will continue to earn on agreed upon rates, and once it's over, the revised rates will apply. In response to a bit of bad news, CRO has been fallen 18% from the announcement, and it currently down about 70% since November, all-time high. Crypto.com CEO Chris Marczalek responded by saying they have an offer of a more balanced approach, and given the large scale of the company, they had to cut back to ensure the long-term sustainability. The card's benefits like Spotify and benefits reimbursement haven't been changed, but nevertheless they have lost some points in the following, and hopefully they can make up for it in the long run. Keep in mind, when we run negatively stories, it's not because I have gone full beer. I am not intentionally trying to scare everyone, but we have to keep it real and report the news. So yes, the market is shaky right now, and that's because there are a great deal of global economic uncertainty. You have feeling that in the charts since November. That is why it's important to handle a long term on a mindset, because in next 5 or 10 years you will be blown away by what this space is capable of. But to get there, we got to go there through the bad stuff, and the best part is we get through it together. To end on a more positive note, Algorand has recently signed a deal, making them the official blockchain sponsor of 2022 FIFA World Cup. Algo has pumped over 20% since the story broke. The terms of the deal haven't been disclosed yet, but exposure alone will be worth every penny. This is really a bullish news for them and crypto as a whole. There is another reason why having a long-term mindset is important. Keep your eye on Algo. It's no stranger to a $2 territory, and it's actually traded around 66 cents. The World Cup kicks up on November 21. Let's check back to the end of the year to see how much the global exposure will affect the algo. That's all I got. Thank you.